This is a story I like to think of whenever I feel like giving up. It's about a young girl named Kathy Miller. Now, Kathy is only 11 years old, but one day she was outside playing, outside riding her bike. Her dad was inside. Her dad's name is Frank, but she was outside riding her bike. Now, Kathy was riding down her driveway, and there's a huge truck parked. Now, she rolled into the street without knowing, and because of the huge truck, the car didn't see Kathy and smashed into her and ran over her pelvis. Frank heard, he ran out, and he said he saw his daughter laying out there in the middle of the street, screaming and yelling in pain. So they rushed Kathy to the hospital to perform emergency surgery on her to save her life. And about a week or two so later on, she came back home, and Frank said the thing about my Kathy is she had so much joy. She was so bright. She had this light in her eyes. But ever since that accident, it's like that light is just now gone. Because the doctors told her that she wouldn't never walk again. So now Kathy is so much different from all the other kids now. And Frank said weeks would pass, week after week after week, and little Kathy was just, his poor baby was just, she was so sad, so depressed, didn't want to go to school no more, didn't want to do anything. It was like really just becoming hopeless for her. So one day, Frank's wife walked up to him and said, "We have got to find something for Kathy, something that can push her forward." So they walked inside the daughter's room and they said, "Baby, you need to go, something you can work towards, something that can give you some hope. And whatever it is, don't worry, me and your father we promise we'll do our best to help you make that happen." So she thought to herself and she said, "My goal is to run a marathon." And then Frank stepped in and he said, "I'm sorry, baby, that's just not going to be an option." But before he could get the words out, his wife stepped in and said, "Baby, that's what you want to do? We'll help you, sweetheart." And Frank said what was so amazing about that moment was he saw the light, begin to come back in his daughter's eyes, because she has something to work towards. When there's hope in the future, there's power in the present. So they started going to rehab, and she was so excited to go. But after 1 year of going, there was no results, no progress. But she didn't lose that spark though. She kept going. Next year, little improvement. And they kept on praying on it, and they kept on going, and kept on praying on it more, and it just kept on going. So years would go by, and she would make more and more improvement until she got to the point where she could walk. Got to the point where she could walk without crutches. Got to the point where she could eventually start to run. And 19 years old, she entered her first marathon. And Frank decided, the dad, he decided he was going to run with her, so why not? But he could tell that she wasn't ready though. He tried to talk her out of it though, but it is what it is. She's a grown woman, she can do what she wants. So she entered the marathon and started running though. So for the first 10 miles, she was doing awesome, was doing amazing. But around the mile 20 mark, she got to the point where she couldn't lift one of her legs. It was her left leg, it was pretty much, gone. She was just dragging it across, the whole entire running field. And Frank said what he saw was so unbearable to him as a father. The pain she was in, all the tears running down her face. He said, "Baby, come on, you proved your point. You did it. You ran 20 miles. I'm so proud of you. Let's go home. You did it. Come on." But she said with tears running down her face and being in so much pain, she said, "I didn't come here to quit. I came here to finish my race." She was the last one to finish that day. Everybody else had gone home, and pretty much just her and her family. But I think about that story whenever things aren't going right in my life. I'm like, oh, poor me. I think about her finishing that race. So whenever you're feeling discouraged or uninspired or unmotivated, I feel like you're just going through straight hell. What do? You just keep going. You finish your race. Thank you to those who kept watching through this whole entire video. It means a lot. I'll stay inspired. Peace.